Hey, what's up, YouTube? JayDub here with my 2009 WWE The Bash review, full results. If you aren't subscribed, go ahead and click that yellow button over there. Thanks. If you are subscribed, let me know what you think about this pay-per-view. Make sure you rate this video, comment. Like I said, let me know what you think about this pay-per-view. I'll say it was a decent, okay pay-per-view. It wasn't a great pay-per-view. It wasn't a good pay-per-view. It only had about probably two good matches, or at least borderline good matches. And I'll get started. I'll start with the last match of the night, the WWE Championship match, Randy Orton versus Triple H. I gave this match 3.5 stars, and most of that 3.5 stars just comes with the third fall, which was the stretcher match. WWE, they should have just made this match a fucking stretcher match, because the first fall and the second fall were over with within about like 5 or 6 minutes. Basically, they're going at each other. The first fall, Triple H, Randy Orton. Then it ends up Triple H gets himself DQ'd. He hits Randy Orton with a steel chair, and I thought that was such a bitch move. Why not, get pinned legitimately or pin him legitimately? But it seemed like they just rushed to the second fall. They go to the second fall. Triple H gets Randy Orton outside of the ring, and he delivers a pedigree to Randy Orton. Gets the pin, 1, 2, 3. As the match progresses, it did get a little bit extreme. It actually started to live up to what a stretcher match should be. They make their way up the ramp. Triple H has Randy Orton on the stretcher. Then all of a sudden, Cody Rhodes comes out trying to push against Triple H's power. I'm thinking to myself, you scrawny ass little kid, you actually think you're gonna, prevent Triple H from winning the match, and you actually think you're gonna get some leverage on him? But turns out I was wrong. He did get some leverage on him. At least he held off Triple H long enough for Randy Orton to get off of the stretcher. Then Ted DiBiase, who exchanged some words with Randy Orton earlier in the night, but he still came out to help Randy Orton, and it ended up they helped Randy Orton get the win over Triple H. Randy Orton retains his WWE Championship. Like I said, I give this match 3.5 stars. They should have just made it a stretcher match, because first fall, second fall, totally irrelevant. Now I'll go on to the first match of the night, ECW Championship Scramble match, Christian versus Jack Swagger versus Finlay versus the reigning champion Tommy Dreamer versus Mark Henry. I'll give this match 2.5 stars. They're lucky they're getting this, because it was like a clusterfuck match. Too many easy pins in the match. You're getting pins off of schoolboys, and Jack Swagger pins Mark Henry with a move from a top rope that you wouldn't even see a man of regular size get pinned from. But Tommy Dreamer hits the DDT on someone, and that pin ends up being the winning pin. It carried on for like the last couple of minutes of the match. Christian doing dumb stuff. Like towards the end of the match, you got 15 seconds to go, where the time is about to run out in the match. Christian, instead of going for a quick kill switch and going for a pin, he goes to the top rope, jumps off, tries to get a pin, off the top rope, and all he did was waste time, and it ended up being detrimental to him, because he, just like Jack Swagger, Finlay, Mark Henry, ends up losing the match with Tommy Dreamer retaining his championship. This match didn't even live up to ECW's Extreme, and I'm not talking about the old ECW Extreme. I'm talking about the new ECW Extreme. It didn't even live up to, what I've been seeing with, this new breed of ECW's championship matches. I just really didn't like it at all. Second match tonight, Intercontinental Championship match, Chris Jericho versus Rey Mysterio. Chris Jericho's belt versus Rey Mysterio's mask. This match, I gave it 4.25 stars. Best match of the night. A couple of hot spots in the match. Chris Jericho counters Rey Mysterio's Hurricanrana from the top rope into a powerbomb and a pin. He cheated, got leverage from the ropes with him putting his legs up there and everything, but it ended up not working. As a couple of minutes going on in the match, Rey Mysterio goes to hit a springboard on Chris Jericho from the middle rope, but Chris Jericho counters that into a code breaker. That wasn't the end of the match either. Chris Jericho, he ends up being positioned on the ropes for Rey Mysterio to go for a 619. Rey Mysterio hits the 619, Uh, Chris Jericho stumbles back. Rey Mysterio goes for the West Coast pop, but Chris Jericho into a Walls of Jericho. And Chris Jericho, he's like indestructible when it comes to the 619. Like, I don't know what it is. He's like the 619's kryptonite. I've seen him kind of that move so many times, but yeah, it didn't get old because, like I said, this match was a great match. Rey Mysterio, he ends up flipping over Chris Jericho, countering the Walls of Jericho. They go for a couple of quick back and forth 2-count pins. Chris Jericho, he ends up taking Rey Mysterio's mask off once again. But what was different from the last time, Rey Mysterio had on a second mask. Chris Jericho ends up getting like distracted, like, oh shit, this worked last time, but it didn't work this time. But yeah, Rey Mysterio takes advantage of that. He hits a 619 on Chris Jericho, ends up getting a 1-2-3 pin. Chris Jericho wins. No, Chris Jericho loses the match. Rey Mysterio gets the Intercontinental Championship and keeps his mask. Chris Jericho, after the match, goes to complain to SmackDown General Manager Teddy Long backstage, saying that he wanted his Intercontinental Championship rematch tonight. But yeah, I'll let you know more on that story as it develops later in the night. Dolph Ziggler versus the Great Khali was the next match. Dolph Ziggler ends up getting a win with help from Kane. This was a no DQ match, so Dolph Ziggler, I guess it was to his advantage that Kane came out and just totally made quick work of the Great Khali with a steel chair. I give this match 1 3/4 stars. It was pretty like boring in the beginning. It was typical how you would think the match would go. Great Khali, he's slow and everything. Dolph Ziggler doing everything, just doing flips and kicks and everything, trying to take Great Khali down, but nothing was working until Kane came out, aided the Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler gets the 1-2-3 pin over the Great Khali. I'm glad that Dolph Ziggler won that match. Only reason it's getting 1 3/4 stars was, one, Kane made an unexpected return to WWE after being gone for so long, nobody knowing where the hell he was, and for another, Dolph Ziggler was in the match. Fourth match tonight was supposed to be Carlito and Primo versus Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase for the Unified Tag Team Championships, but it ended up becoming a triple threat tag team match with Theodore Long adding Edge and Chris Jericho. That team, he added them to the match, and Spinnernet coined them, and I'll give him credit. He coined them as he called them a two-man ego trip. It's kind of like a play off of Triple H and Stone Cold's old team from back in the days, two-man power trip. So I like the name for the team, and like I said, I'll give Spinnernet credit for that. This match could have been a lot more than what it was. I give this match 2.5 stars. Edge and Chris Jericho, like JR said, will probably end the match total maybe less than a minute. And they ended up winning the match. So Chris Jericho and Edge are the new Unified Tag Team Champions. The reason why this match only gets a 2.5 stars from me is because they put Edge and Chris Jericho in the match. Of course, they're the biggest names out the whole match. So people are going to be anticipating them getting in the ring. But they were on the apron for too damn long. It's like people were hardly paying. I know for me, I don't want to speak for everybody else, but I know I was hardly paying attention to the match because I'm steady looking at Chris Jericho and Edge like, when are they going to get in the ring? When are they going to get in the ring? Why put them in the match if you aren't going to have them in the ring? But yeah, when they did get in the ring, they end up winning the match, and they are the new Unified Tag Team Champions. Fifth match of the night, Women's Championship match, Michelle McCool versus Melina. I'm going to give this match 3 stars. Now don't get crazy like what the hell, because the reason why I gave it 3 stars is because there's no way in hell that you can judge a women's match, especially a WWE women's match, against a men's match. There's no way in hell you could judge a WWE Superstars match versus a Divas match on the same scale. So I give this match a 3 stars on a WWE Divas match scale. So don't get it twisted. Like, it's not a 3-star match on a regular scale. But Melina ends up losing her championship. Michelle McCool ends up winning the Women's Championship, making history, becoming the first woman to ever hold the Divas Championship and the Women's Championship. It was a pretty good I won't say pretty good. I'll say it was a good match for um for a Divas match. Something that I don't like about Michelle McCool, she seems kind of robotic in her movements. She's like void of emotion in any regular match, but she did show emotion in this match, and it ended up benefiting her. And she she wins a women's championship match. She wins a women's championship. But a lot of people are gonna discount her talent, saying only reason why she won this was because of backstage politics, all that good stuff. Michelle McCool is talented without being the girlfriend of The Undertaker. This is one thing that people have been doing with Triple H for years upon years, and they're going to start doing it with Michelle McCool also. You can't discount someone's talent just based on a technicality. Michelle McCool minus The Undertaker, still talented. Triple H minus the McMahons, still talented. And I'm going to move on to the next match of the night, which is the World Heavyweight Championship match. Jeff Hardy versus CM Punk. I'll give this match 3 stars, judged on a superstar, a men's match scale. Jeff Hardy ends up winning the match, but does not win the World Heavyweight Championship. CM Punk ends up retaining his championship because of a disqualification. First off, I'll say this match, it wasn't anything exciting. Knowing what these two guys are capable of, this match, it disappointed. And, Jeff Hardy, he seemed burnt out in this match. It seemed like he was so tired. It seemed like he just didn't give a damn. And that's not the Jeff Hardy that you're used to seeing. That's the Jeff Hardy we're used to seeing. He puts his body on the line no matter what. Gives 150%. But it did not seem like he was giving 150% in this match. Ends up, we thought Jeff Hardy was going to win the match. He hits a, swanton bomb from the top rope. Ends up getting the pin. 1, 2, 3 on CM Punk. But CM Punk's leg was up under the damn bottom rope. So the ref ends up calling off the decision, saying that the match has to be restarted, has to continue. And CM Punk ends up getting hit in the eye, and he was totally fucking faking the injury. He's like, oh, my eye, my eye. Meanwhile, he has one good eye, and he ends up fucking kicking the referee, ends up getting disqualified. Jeff Hardy's like, you did that shit on purpose. You did it on purpose. He attacks CM Punk outside of the ring, and while the ref is, after Jeff Hardy was done attacking CM Punk, the ref is helping CM Punk to the backstage. CM Punk has his hand over one eye, and I saw him with a little smirk on his face, so he was faking. He was faking the injury, and but I guess it worked. He ends up retaining his championship. Last match I'm going to talk about, John Cena versus The Miz. I give this match 2.5 stars. I know a lot of people are going to say that this match sucked because it seemed like John Cena, it was just a squash match for him. Hello? What did you expect? It's John Cena, a multiple-time world champion, versus reality show star Mike Mizanin. I know a lot of people were putting stock in The Miz, saying he was a high prospect and everything. But if you really boil the situation down, you knew this match was going to end this way. The only reason why people are pissed how the match ended, because they were hoping for something different. They were hoping, maybe WWE is turning a new leaf. Maybe WWE will actually have this be a competitive match. Maybe WWE, since seems like they're pushing The Miz, maybe they won't make him look like a damn fool against The Miz. But, and then it ended up, they did make him look like a fool against, did I say against The Miz? I meant against John Cena. He did looking like a fool, but this was to be expected. I mean, you can't get I can't see how you find this as a surprise, but overall I'll give this pay-per-view maybe a 6.5. I don't know. I have to look over all of the ratings for the matches and everything, and you could find the ratings over there in the description box. Personally, I will say that Slammiversary was probably better than the Bash, but Intercontinental Championship match, Chris Jericho versus Rey Mysterio, that was a great match, best match of the night. And that's where I'll end this video. Make sure you rate, comment, peace out.